had in his head, and he set out to see the highest peaks there are to see. Well, Ed was real fit. He was in his prime. He'd done the Ironman and Eco Challenge of Boston 5 times. So when they said it would take him 9 days, he thought he'd do it in 3. He didn't take it slow. Oh, no, no, no. Because he didn't know about that altitude, oh, altitude. Well, Ed flew straight to Lupa and set off right away, and he got to Namche under half a day. So instead of stopping there, he decided to press right on. He got to Fariche in record time, and to celebrate, he drank a whole bottle of wine, and passed out in his tent, and snored, and tossed and turned all night long. He didn't take it slow. Oh, no, no, no. He didn't give his body a rest, and now he's headed for...
Amos.
Yes! Altitude. Sorry, I should have prepped you guys. It was kind of a quiz. Scary stuff, that altitude. Okay. Well, Ed woke up with a hell of a headache, and he figured that wine might have been a mistake. And he didn't feel like breakfast, thought he maybe had some bad food. He set it up the range with his usual vigor, but he had to slow down because his headache got bigger. Not once did it cross his mind, it was the altitude. This is the most important voice. Most important verse. Now, anybody but Ed would have stopped right there, gone back to Fariche, and sought medical care. But no, not Ed, because Ed is a little thick in the head. He stumbled right on to Lobuche, collapsed into a tea house at the end of the day, vomited once, and stumbled into his bed. Makes us want to cry. We don't want to see Ed die when he's way up high where the mountains reach the sky. Altitude. Scary stuff, that altitude. Okay, this is the last verse. Now that Ed woke up the next morning, he had a hell of a time. He was confused and he couldn't walk in a straight line. The folks at the lodge knew he had to get out of that place. They gave him some decks and they called for a yak, and they threw poor Ed onto that poor yak's back and made him descend, because he knew it had the cardinal signs of
Haze.
Haze! Back in Fariche, we were expecting poor Ed, because at his pace we knew he'd have some swelling in his head. We threw him in our gamma bag and arranged a rescue. Poor Ed tossed and turned in that thing. His head would throb and his ears would ring, but his brain slowly turned around and he slowly came to. The helicopter picked up Ed for a mere $6,000. Cost $6,000. And now he's halfway to Kathmandu by now. And no, he never got to see those peaks. Oh no. It just goes to show there are things you can't race. You don't want to get AMA's hate for haste. And when it comes to altitude, you just gotta take it slow.